I'm at a crossroads in my life where I'm almost 40, I just had a baby after 8 years, and I can't help but question myself and look at my life and say, we're so busy. There's so much on my plate that I can't do it by myself. Have we made our lives more complex by adding so much to our plate instead of just keeping it simple? So I decided to do this podcast in my home, super chill, hair, I don't know, might have been washed a couple of days ago, and just jeans and a shirt, because this is me trying to make my life more simple. Instead of rushing, going to the office, trying to get my baby under a nap, getting help, watching the baby, just to do a simple podcast so that I can relay to you guys the information that I've gained in the last 5 months. After having an 8-year-old son and now having a newborn baby, you come to a point in life where you say, how do I make my life more simple? Because I cannot handle it without having to hire endless help. I've been studying a lot and doing, a lot of deep research into life, into myself, during Shabbats, during holidays, and I read teachings from a rabbi that I love, which is Rabbi Nachman. And he has a teaching that he says, Lo pashut liot pashut. It's not simple to be simple. We have made life so complicated that we can't even just keep it simple anymore. Even when it comes to relationships, I can't help but ask myself, are we too afraid to get into complexities with relationships? We'd rather send a text message instead of have a difficult conversation. People would rather go on a dating app and let that algorithm of a dating app find the best option for them instead of sitting down with themselves and questioning, hey, what's the best option for me and what kind of a person am I looking for? There's so many things that are going on in our life that I can't help but question. What are we doing? Everything has become so much more difficult. We're trying to raise our children with the competitiveness of, let me put my kid in 100 after-school activities. Why? When I was little, my mom put me in dance. That's it. You just had to dance. You had to be good at dancing. Today, there's karate, judo, Monday basketball, Tuesday tennis. Wednesday, we have a tutor for math, a tutor for English, a tutor for reading. Thursday, we have to do judo. And then you want to fit in play dates on top of that. So how do you do it? How do you go from pickups to drop-offs and pickups to drop-offs? It drives you nuts. And your child literally has ADD because of their parents. We are putting so much stress on our kids, having to master so many skills where all we needed to do was dance or baseball or basketball. Today, you have to do everything. There's piano at 4, there is dance at 5, ballet at 7, then gymnastics. It's endless, and it's an endless competition that our children can't even decide for themselves what they want to be good at when they grow up. I guarantee if you ask your kid, what do you want to be when they grow up? They have no clue. I've sat down with multiple teenagers and I asked them, what do you want to be when you grow up? I don't know, maybe a stay-at-home mom. Honestly, I think that they're a lot smarter than us. We're trying to be business women. We're trying to work. We're trying to do everything where if you just chill at home and cook a simple dinner for your family, that might be your way to go. Why overcomplicate things? So for me, I'm sitting and asking myself questions like Sarah Jessica Parker in Sex and the City and saying, are we overcomplicating our lives? I'm asking every woman out there, every mom out there, even men, if you look in fitness today, people would rather do Ozempic than change their lifestyle habits. They don't have the time to work out because they have too much on their plate. So let me find an alternative route. Let me use something that's easy and quick and just makes me skinny. And then they have the problem where their skin becomes loose and disgusting. So now they start doing plastic surgery because it's a quick fix. Things are being overcomplicated. In life, we're adding so much to our plate that we don't have time for simplicities. Instead of trying to find a fitness habit that's good for you, people are trying different workout routines, going to body hot Pilates, going to this workout. Let me try paddle. Let me try that. And just find something that's good for you, something that works for your body. What happened to just walking outside or running? It's not popular anymore. It's not Instagrammable, so it's not cool to do it. I feel like we've lost authenticity because we're trying to catch up. So you have to do things that are easier, and you're trying to find convenience, but is convenience making your life better? Is it making it more full? Is it making it more easier to handle? Or is it just kind of like a band-aid that we're slapping on ourselves to be able to do the next thing? If you look at work, people are being replaced with AI. Some people are using AI for work skills that they have no idea how to do themselves. So they're going and using ChatGPT with, how do I do this? And how do I do that? Where maybe you're not qualified for the job and you just don't want to accept it. I know a lot of people that are being placed in jobs that they're not qualified for it. So instead of accepting the fact and maybe studying or going and actually going to school and studying this skill in order to be able to get the job, they would rather use ChatGPT or an AI tool for something that they're not qualified for. I guarantee you we have doctors today that have no idea what they're doing and are ChatGPTing throughout their entire medical career. God help us with that. So, lo pashut liot pashut. It is simple to be simple. It just, we don't want it. You know, I'm looking at life in so many different directions. And even with when it comes to working out or anything like that, this morning I woke up and I said, you know what? I'm going for a run for 30 minutes. I don't need to schedule a Pilates class, find somebody to watch my baby. Just go for a run. Take your baby in a stroller and do what you got to do. So I feel like today we're coming to a point where instead of convenience, you know, we're using convenience as something that is going to solve our problems, but it's not. Nowadays, people are looking for online communities instead of going to a local community event. Convenience is turning us into lonely people. When was the last time you went to the supermarket? I'm totally guilty of this. And my husband will tell you about my Instacart habits, yeah? Nonstop. 100 times a day, Instacart. I need milk, I need eggs. Things that you would go to the supermarket, you would run into somebody and have a basic conversation. We don't have that today. We hide behind our phones. We hide behind social media. We hide behind picture perfect. God forbid someone sees you grocery shopping. It's not normal. You need to be doing something productive. You need to be doing something that you can Instagram and looks pretty, instead of just taking yourself to the supermarket and buying eggs, tomatoes, cucumbers, and picking your groceries yourself. I swear I have not picked my own groceries in 8 years. Thank God for the kosher supermarkets that force you to go, because not all of them have an app and not all of them are online, even though they're shifting. But otherwise, everything has become convenience instead of simplicity. And convenience is not making our life any easier. It's not making it simple. It's just allowing us to take on more tasks without actually focusing on what really matters. So this episode is really just an introduction to what you guys should expect. This is the art of simplicity, where I think that we all need to master it. As you get older, and I hate saying older, but it is what it is. As we get older, we start to think, and you have more time to kind of go back and say how my life was. I look at videos on social media where they say, and I'm sure you guys have seen this, where they say, oh, in the 90s, this is how you knew you were having fun, where you had bicycles outside of someone's house. That's how you knew everyone was there. Or you just played with the hose and you had a simple slip and slide. Today, if you don't have that 70-foot slip and slide in your backyard and the bounce houses and all of this stuff, your kid cannot feel proud of having some friends over. Today, if they don't have every single squishy and neato, they're not cool. So it's really, we've come to a point where we're not authentic anymore. Everything is superficial, even when it comes to something simple like a natural diamond. We can't even accept the fact that you can only afford a 1 carat or a 2 carat. We've even added a band-aid to that. Let's come out with lab diamonds, where people are comparing it to IVF babies. We'll get into that on another episode, not today, but it is not the same. Anyhow, lab diamonds are a Band-Aid. It's not real. You cannot tell me that a woman feels valued when she gets engaged with a lab diamond, something that was not mined and passed down and has a history behind it. It's something that was created in a lab without much thought to it. It was a computer, they pressed a button, and that's what came out. Zero value. And when I look at that, I say to myself, guys, how do you base your future with something that is not real? And it's the same thing with so many things that is happening today. And again, today was just a little snippet of what's to come. For me, the art of simplicity, lo pashut liot pashut, I'm going to teach you guys how to make your life simple and how to start getting rid of things. We're going to have conversations about just making life more real, making life more having a phone with a cord instead of a cell phone, that kind of simple. Making life go back to what's real, because at the end of the day, we're all just human, and I think that we need to stop trying to be something else. I'll see you guys next time, and don't forget, Abba Tuda, to always be thankful for everything you have.